All right. Oh. All right, going wide. I don't know. Oh, I can actually control that video. Yeah, I can control the video. Wow. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hi. Yeah, we're currently going live here. So, I guess Josh and you, I got you both muted, so you can't be seen or heard. Mm-hmm. I know, I know. So, now it's refreshing. Yeah, they're doing a small screen instead of the, large screen. It's on from my end. I don't hear anything, that's the thing. I don't hear anything. So, that's Peter. I don't.
Peter?
Brian?
All right, I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Does it look like we have video?
Yes, we do.
Oh, can you see me?
I can.
Oh, I can't see you.
Okay. I can see me.
Okay.
Let's hear from staff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you see me and Peter?
Okay, I'll go live. Give me a minute.
Not yet, but I'm checking in on it. We're looking into it, but we can hear it.
Oh.
So give us a minute. We're working out the technical issues, but we can hear you loud and clear. So we're working on it.
All right.
Well, I guess we can let them work on technical issues in the background here.
Sure.
But shoot me a message as soon as people can hear, because as soon as people can see, because that's obviously the intention here.
Yep, your cameras are live. You're live on the YouTube. I can see you perfectly. You guys are good to go.
Great. All right. But I can't see Peter anymore.
Let me do that. All right.
And there we go.
Yep.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Peter, I'll let you get things underway.
Well, guys, we're excited to be here. It's already been a long journey to get to this point of getting the software ready, and of course, the TGE, the token generation event for UTHX token. But for us and for all of us, the journey has really just begun. We believe, and actually, we don't believe, we know that we're just at the beginning of where the metaverse will be, and how how valuable it will be, and how impactful it will be in the lives of people all over the world. Citibank GPS predicts that there'll be 5 billion people in the metaverse by 2030. Maybe it's 2032, but that's not that far away. It's 6 to 8 years from now. And we're excited to be at the beginning of that journey and to get this going. So we're going to give you guys some software updates. We're going to give you some token updates. And we're just going to share some information about what the future looks like. So Brian, I will turn it over to you to begin with the software updates.
Yeah, great. And let me just give a general introduction to this video, live video series here also. Now that, I want to thank everybody for your patience over the last few days. If you saw everything that had to come together to make this happen, everybody's mind would be absolutely blown. My mind is blown. Just from a very high level, obviously we had the token generation event. This token being minted on the Solana blockchain, that required special developers. There is not as much experience minting a token on Solana as there is on, let's say, an ERC20 token. So lots of ground to break on this, lots of things to figure out. At the same time, we put on our 8th annual VirtualCon convention with this year in 2 versions of the software, in our Classic and our utherverse Xaeon software, with double the speaking tracks, right? Because we did a Web3 whole speaking track in Xaeon. And that required us to put out the public beta version of the software, which has been multiple years in development and connecting pieces. And all of these things had to time synchronously so that they could all launch together. There were some, hiccups. And so this is where I say thank you for your patience. Right. And we're still working through some of the settling dust. So, I'm really, really happy about the community that we've got, and the number of people now that are holding the token. We broke 3,000. We broke 1,000 today, and the numbers just continue to grow up. So that's really rapid adoption for a new token. We had to get this token minted in advance of turning on the economy, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but you'll see how all of these things sequence. But my overview for this series is Peter and I want to start coming out once, twice a week, giving updates with real alpha about the project, real alpha about the token, and just keeping everybody up to speed, up to date, so you understand what's going on. You're not, left in the dark. We would have been doing this for a long time, except a lot of the progress was, and it's more of the same. We advanced a week on all of these different fronts, but there's nothing to show. Now there's going to be things to show, basically on a daily basis. So we're going to try to get this happening frequently. So let me start with the software. I'm dying to talk about the token too, but let me start with the software. I'm dying to talk about the software also. We've got another patch coming out middle of October. It's going to be the Halloween patch and the events system patch. And this is going to be a big upgrade again, because now that we built the foundation of the software, the upgrades are going to start happening much more frequently, and they're going to be much more impactful. There are some systems that are getting plugged in, which we've spent 2 years developing. And they just, plugging everything in, double checking it, making sure that it runs properly in conjunction with everything else. That's a pretty fast process, but it doesn't happen, with a magic wand. So a lot of things that didn't get into the September patch now will be in the October patch. I'm excited for, I mean, first of all, we always fix bugs, right? So, there's a couple of bugs here that I'm not thrilled with. The way the avatars walk right now isn't how they were designed to walk. The friends system doesn't function. So if you right click on somebody, you can't actually add a friend right now. Those are fixed. The dimension system, even though it's running in the background, you can't jump from one dimension to another. So when things get overpopulated, you just split up. And the dimension system is going to make it into this next patch. But as far as Halloween goes, it's really the events system that's going to come online. At least, the initial phases of the event system. So things like treasure hunts, and you can imagine how this is going to be used for all kinds of projects. But treasure hunt, at least is what I'm sort of calling it, where you will have clues and tasks to run around the metaverse, find items that you'll collect, and once you've collected the items on this particular hunt, you'll get a key to be able to go into a puzzle area to solve the puzzle, and when you solve the puzzle, you get rewards. So that's our first sort of Halloween, and of course, there's going to be all kinds of fun skins and Halloween activities and deco going on with this October patch. We're adding in puzzles and games and gamification elements. Something that our classic users are really going to dig is we've got the poof system happening in, so you'll materialize and dematerialize when you change regions in a very Halloween-y kind of way. And this, of course, sets the stage for the November patch, where the November patch, what really the main developers are working on right now is plugging in the economy, so that UTHX and World UTHX, the WUTHX, you'll be able to hopefully, and I say hopefully because obviously things slide a little bit, people get sick or things happen, but we activate the economy, we activate VIP, we activate WUTHX accounts and the custodial accounts, and then the economy turns on, and that's going to be, we had to mint the token first, and so we're in this sort of quiet phase where, I was hoping that the token would be sort of a little less expensive right now, so that people could acquire it before the economy turns on, because once the economy turns on, everybody's going to need the token. And so, of course, the demand for the token sort of blows up at that point. But the free market is the free market, so it's trading at a healthy level, I think. But there isn't. I mean, it's still, I think, probably quite a discount to what it's going to be once the economy turns on. But
I'll show it in a minute.
Regardless, if you're buying it because you're going to need it, then you're not buying this as an investment anyway. So that's all good. And I guess, two other points that I want to make, just, some issues. So we're pretty happy with the number of people who have successfully downloaded the public beta and come on in. There's been well over 500-600 people who have downloaded this software already. So that's been pretty healthy. But I will say this, we are aware of two major problems that have been preventing people from downloading or accessing the software. And we're actively working to solve those right now. Hopefully they'll be solved today. One is the download speed. It can take 3 hours to download. We are reworking the content distribution network that's hosting everything. Hopefully by the end of the day, that's going to be down to a couple of minutes. So, obviously that's a barrier to people downloading. And then there's a mail server problem in certain regions where our mail server is not sending out the confirmation email, so you aren't authenticated to be able to get it. That is also being solved today. Ideally, within the next 24 hours, let's say. So if you're experiencing any of those problems, if you're experiencing a DNS problem, all of that is now being worked on, should be solved imminently.
Perfect. And Brian, do you want to touch on the clothing issue in there right now that will be fixed on the 17th with any of the holy clothing, a little bit of holy clothing?
Yeah, so a couple of items of clothing made it in that were not correctly optimized for the for what we call the DNS for what we call the DNA system, and that's the body morph system. So that as underwear pieces that make it in, if they're not able to change size with the characters, this is leading to a bleed through problem where the avatar's butt cheeks are showing up. So you see people walking around in what looks like maybe chaps. I'm, it's funny. I'm really unhappy about it, but these are part of the problem of trying to scramble to get everything plugged in. And when the developers are looking at it, it all works. And then you put it in, and people go through the character creator, and all of a sudden you're seeing people's bare bottom. That, of course, is solved. But I do want to communicate, like, doing a patch takes about 2 full days of my developers. It takes them out of development and just, working on a patch. So they asked me, do we want to delay the October patch by a couple of days and just fix this bleed through problem? And I said, no, we'll live with it.
Check it out when we're done
It's
here.
not the end of the world. I'm not
I'll
overjoyed.
check it out when we're done here.
I also
I'm
want to
working.
fix the way the avatars walk, but that can wait because I don't want to keep pulling them off of doing development for 2 days every time we need to, assemble everything and go through the bug lists and QA it. And so I said, these aren't showstopper problems that require us to escalate the timeline for a hot fix.
Excellent. Yeah, guys, you're going to find on this call, we're going to be, pretty straightforward on what we're talking about. There's a partnership here between the DAO, which launched the token, and the company. And so we want to keep you guys informed. So you've heard Brian said he's not happy at least twice today. We're going to let you know when we're happy. We're going to let you know when we're not happy, because we see this as a working together in order to build out a vast multi-billion-dollar, multi-hundred-billion-dollar economy inside the system, as we build this over the next few years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Super excited about that. One of the neat things are, if people use DEX tools, you can go there and see today that we were able to add the socials on there, the website. The score has come up quite a bit to 50. We're still working on that. That score will continue to climb and move forward on that issue there. So on DEX tools, you can see that score is improving. We believe we'll get that up quite a bit more here over the next short period of time on that. And then,
well, let's talk about that DEX tools thing a little bit more, because we're also so you saw that we removed the freeze capability of the token.
Yes,
that is permanently gone now. That can never be put back. That was just a little oversight, and that's done. We are pending on having the token symbol UTHX confirmed. And as soon as that's confirmed, that's all been paid and everything. And we're just waiting for that authentication to go through. And then these warnings will come off. But we are aware of other tokens, of course, that have come out. So make sure you look at the contract on the utherverse.io website to confirm that you're buying the correct token, because there's scams all the time. And
so you definitely don't want to go to the exchange, guys, and just put in UTHX. Okay, go to that website, grab the contract address, paste that in when you're getting your token, and you will end up on the right token on either Jupe or on Radium. So make sure that you are getting that right contract address on the UTHX token.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. On the token, guys. So we have quite a few people who either pre-sale IDO packets that have not given us their Solana wallets yet. We have a place to go where the pre-sale was held, where you can go connect your EVM wallet as well as then collect the Solana wallet that you want your tokens sent to. Once you do that, what will happen is every day up until 9 p.m., we'll collect those new wallet addresses that came in, and then you'll receive your tokens within 24 hours after that, okay? So you go, connect your wallet. Now, this is temporary until the claims page is put into place, which will be done towards the end of the month, probably around the 25th. At that point, if you just want to hold off, you'll just be able to go connect your Ethereum wallet, grab your Solana wallet, put it in there, and then be able to claim your tokens.
Yeah,
if you want to get them prior to the end, towards the end of the month, you need to go and provide us with a Solana wallet on that. If you're having any issues whatsoever, matter of fact, I want to pull it up. Guys, we are on this when it comes to customer service. Let me see on Jitsi. Brian, how do I share screen here? Well, I won't share screen. I'll read the post here. I have him here. Unless you can tell me how to share screen here.
If you see the screen the same way I do, in the center under the Utherverse, there's a little folder with an arrow.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep. Okay, perfect. Yep, I do see it. Yep. Okay, let's go right here. All right. So this is a post, guys, that we got that just says, mates, you two have been fantastic at resolving issues from this launch. It's amazing to come in this morning to a handful of Discord messages compared to thousands of messages in the last few days, like putting out a fire with a squirt gun. Thank you. So this is one of the members here, saying thank you to Corey for helping out with that, as well as, here we go, here's an email that Sharona got. Hi, Sharona. Thanks for getting back to me. Truly appreciate it. I am able to confirm that I did receive the first distribution of tokens. Thank you for all the hard work you are all doing.
Oh boy.
I know the current climate, and temperature of many within the Discord community is pretty hot. So anyway, guys, we're getting some great messages from people who are, we're helping them. We are on this. I will tell you that 24/7 over the entire weekend, the staff did not take any time off in order to alleviate, to get this stuff going. So they worked solidly throughout the weekend in order to make sure that, and they're still working, and will work tirelessly, guys, to get back to you, whether it's through Discord or whether it's through email, and make sure that we get these things resolved. So if you have any issues, do not be concerned. Do not worry. We are going to make sure that we get we figure out what the problem is, and then we get this thing resolved as fast as we possibly can.
Yeah. So, to sort of recap where we are, everybody who has given us a wallet as part of the purchases that get the UTHX token, the cryptocurrency, those tokens have been sent out. We're working through the final contest winner awards, people who participated in the sort of various scavenger hunt things. And those are all going out in the next, by the end of the day tomorrow, I think, Peter, is, if I'm not mistaken.
By Friday. By Friday, okay. Let's say everybody should have their contest tokens. Towards
the end of this month, things will be much more automated as we finish, as Peter said, the claims page. And then, on a monthly basis or whenever you want, you just go to the claim page, kaboom, you claim your tokens. The staking and the staking rewards, that's all going to be done before then as well. So, if you're holding your tokens, if you haven't sold tokens, you get this bonus this 2% bonus on the staking. So keep that in mind. The staking is going to go live. What did we say? The 20th or so?
Yes, the 20th. By the 20th, staking will be in full effect. You'll be able to stake your tokens. Of course, you guys, when with the staking, if you have not sold off any of your first distribution, you'll get an extra 2% APY on those. You need to do that for 90 days, but that will be in place by the 20th. There'll be just standard staking with a small with an unlock period on that. But then there'll be 90-day staking, 180-day staking, 365-day staking, and then 730-day staking. That will be yes. So 1 year, 2 year staking that's available. And the longer you stake it, of course, the higher the APY on those. We'll have it to where you'll be able to go claim and restake, or just claim your tokens will be available on that page. And then we'll also have a record of what percentage of the tokens are staked and for the period of time that they're staked for. So we'll get you some great information there. It's going to be super easy to use. You're going to be able to go connect the Solana wallet, decide how many tokens you want to stake, decide the time frame that you want to stake them, and that'll happen very quickly. We are going to be putting optional two-factor authentication on that page.
Yeah, if you look into Discord.
If you want to do that, it's optional, and it will protect your tokens. So if somebody does hack your wallet, they can't go claim them. They can't go pull them out if they're already unlocked. So I would recommend that everybody use, I know sometimes two-factor can be a little bit of a hurdle, and it can be frustrating at times, but I would recommend that you turn on the two-factor authentication to protect your assets in your wallet. One of the hardest things with projects, guys, is when a wallet gets hacked and that person, somebody who was a long-term holder, was planning on holding for, until this thing, blows up and we got, hundreds of millions of users, for their wallet to get hacked and then to have the hackers sell them off immediately, of course, harming you because now you don't have your assets, but then harming the entire project because of a sell-off that would not have happened. We recommend that you hold your tokens either in a hard wallet, offline wallet, or that you think about putting multi-sig on the wallet that you're holding these tokens in. That way, if somebody does get in there, they cannot sell off your tokens. What I do is I have a multi-sig wallet where I hold the most. And then if I'm going to trade them, because that's why people don't like, I move them from the multi-sig to the un-multi-sig wallet. I trade them in and out of the marketplace and do that. So I would really recommend people taking a very safe approach in crypto, and that is using multi-sig wallets.
Yeah, multi-sig is good. Cold storage is good. Very important that you protect your tokens. Because of course, you guys have a lot of tokens. It may not even seem that way when you're looking at the numbers, but believe me, in a year, the number of tokens you have is going to be a target.
Yes.
So, I've got a couple of other things on that point, Peter. We are going to, of course, the top wallets, if you look on Dex Tools or something, the top wallets are company wallets. We're going to be describing these in more detail, why the tokens are there, what their intended uses for. We put this out in the tokenomics, but I want to have transparency to everybody. If you have any questions about why, there's a wallet that has so many tokens, well, this wallet is designed, for example, for play to earn. So until play to earn is turned on, those tokens will not be going out anywhere. But once it is turned on, there's going to be some of those tokens going to the community, and we'll give a better description. I know, we've given some description, and of course, all of those being on multi-sig. We're working right now on getting listed on CoinMarketCap. Now that we've got the DEX tools and the authentication taken care of, so lots and lots of steps that still happen post TGE that really now we can find this to get to. And another one of those steps is continually adding liquidity. So liquidity is going to continue to be put into the project, every day or every few days. We've really got our eye on all sides of these things. The software, of course, being the main driver as that starts to blow up in users and the economy turns on, and then of course getting all of the token details polished.
Right. And guys, one of the advantages here is the 18 years that Utherverse has been in business. They currently have, and correct me if the total's wrong, 11 million email addresses, guys, that people who have used the classic version of the software. And in early next year, first quarter next year, once the economy's in place and all that stuff, we'll begin to email those people, inviting them in to become, to try the software. And maybe Brian can cover a little bit on that marketing. But the key to that is that all of those people will need UTHX tokens to participate in the project. And what we're working with, we're talking to a company right now, which we should have the deal in place in the next couple of weeks, where people will be able to internally, using a Web3 decentralized company, use a credit card to purchase UTHX tokens immediately, right there on the spot, get them the wrapped UTHX, and then get that to be able to start trading. And maybe, Brian, you want to cover the using UTHX tokens to pay for VIP, UVIP, and how that will save them money if they utilize the internal token?
Yeah, so just to touch on the credit cards and the emails, I'm not sure the exact number, but of course, we've had many more users than that. We've cleaned up these email lists for, re-invitation for, the power users, bring them back. They may have left a year ago, they may have left 5 or 10 years ago. But with this new version of the software, I think many are going to come back, of course. We've got our other marketing programs that are getting geared up to turn on as well. With the credit card ability to buy the wrapped UTHX, the world UTHX, it's sort of wrapped.
Yes.
With the credit card ability to do that, that's how we're looking to transition many of these Web 2 users who have never had a cryptocurrency wallet. And that's the beauty of Metaverse. We're going to bring in millions and millions monthly, I believe, of Web 2 users. And through a very light touch, they will be introduced to Web 3, and then they'll see how easy it is through the Metaverse and through our wallet system to be able to engage with Web 3. And so that's one of the things that's also very exciting. And of course, what Peter was asking, Peter, to answer that, the plan for VIP, for example, it being $20 a month, which gives access to a huge range of features that are, upgrades. You could play for free, that's not a problem, but people will either themselves buy VIP or they are gifted VIP. That's how our community always works. There's so much generosity, and people gift friends VIP, and the karma comes back around. Can be $20 a month, or if paid in the token, there will be a discount based on the market price. So if the token is trading at $1, for example, we may say, well, it's 10 UTHX or it's $20 in credit card. And so this creates demand for the token, and people that otherwise would buy with a credit card will go to the market and buy tokens. And that will create additional demand. It should, supply and demand, increase the price of the token until the token is $2. But as the token is rising to $2, we say, okay, well, now it doesn't take 10 tokens anymore. Now it takes 5. And so now even at $5 tokens at $2, it's still $10, right? And so that should increase the price of the token to 4. And now I give the example of a 50% discount. Obviously, the discount is going to shift as market conditions change, right? Yeah. And that's the intention. You get the idea. It's an easy example to say 50%. It may be 20, 25% at some points. It might be, it'll be in range. But with and that's one of the small tools that we have.
My goal to look forward to, Brian, is when I can pay for my VIP with one UTHX token.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll put that on the target and see how quickly we can get there. We might need some help from the listeners for that.
Exactly. That'll make a lot of people very happy right there.
yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, we've got much more to go over, but I think we've hit our time.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this these short, guys. We'll let you know when we're gonna have the next one here in the next maybe 3 to 5 days. And
give us feedback.
Yes, please. Also, too, is if you guys have anything you'd like for us to cover on these, if you could send in us to support, just a question that you may have, or put it in maybe the Discord and say, hey, here's a question.
Or a complaint.
Yeah.
We want to hear it all. We want to address the good, the bad, the ugly, and make sure that we're all in this together. The holders, the community, the developers, all the teams. This is a real community-based project because it's community is commerce. It's what makes the Web3 work.
Excellent. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Thanks, Peter. Cheers, all.
And I believe that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So let's do the clap. Hey, the girl needs something in her mouth. Oh, so you don't want dessert, okay. Alright, so what are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we're talking about this new world. As you can see, yes, our token is now active, just everything else and all. Once again, yes, we have to go to another, wallet, just everything else and all, because something has happened to the last one, and that's why we were told to go ahead and open up our trunks and clean out our trunks and all. But, yes, you see, yep, this is no longer technically, for the, and again, I did not realize we had 11 million people playing Classic. I did not realize that. I knew the last time, about 3 years, it's not 3 years ago, they said we would know about 9 million. So, but yeah, this is the new world, basically. Yes, they have a Discord channel and a Twitter account, just everything else and all. But, as you can see, yep, it is now pretty much gone live now. As you can see, it's now in public beta. If you click on this thing, it will send an email to you that you have to register. The only problem is, now I had the wire. It was like 15 minutes I was done and in the world because I had the wire. So I've had other people who has basic copper wire, and it took 3 hours to download. So, okay, I'll send it to you. I'll send the link to you, Josh. And yes, I got Josh and Baby Girl muted. Let's just say, Baby Girl was very judgmental of Brian. But then again, I love her for it. So yeah. So Josh is going to try it out. Yeah, you have to re-register. That was the other issue. They literally scrapped the system, so everybody had to re-register and reset everything, because as you heard, something happened with the last token, and they had to scrap everything, and something about a scan company got a hold of it and was in the system somehow, so they had to scrap everything and redo everything. So if you're already in the system, yes, delete that. You have to re-register, re-download, redo everything. So they're scrapping everything, starting all over again. Yes, Baby Girl kind of made her little comment, which I understand. But yeah, you're going to have to re-register again. Oh, wow, really? Wow. Okay. Yep, I'm looking. You have to see the picture. Alright, let me end the stream here then. So yeah, like I said, yes, you're gonna have to re-register, reset everything, get everything else and all. So, but again, like I said, the new world, why am I getting an echo? Alright. Alright, well, let me go ahead and end the stream real quick then. So yeah, Metaverse World, the Facebook allegedly they created Metaverse World. No, they didn't. Brian created back 2005. So yeah, so please click on that thing, download, and go explore the world. As we just found out, there's 11 million people in Classic that's running around in Classic. Alright, bye. Bye, Lady Girl. Bye, Josh.